You brought him up, and I want to give him some shine on this platform because he's no longer here with us. But Gift of Gab,
Yeah.
Very renowned lyricist. I had the opportunity to see him live a couple times.
Did you?
Dude could really flow.
Yeah.
Blackalicious, very beloved group.
Yeah.
Yeah, speak on his and his memory and some times that you spent with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's man. He will always be the bar for me. You know, he will always be the bar. And I've said this before. I mean, he is probably hands down the best rapper I have ever been in contact with in real life. You know, and I've been around, you name it, bro. Come on. I've seen them all, you know. But he is hands down the best rapper that I've seen rapping with my own eyes, you know. And he was just so unique and prolific. He was just a different kind of dude, man. He didn't care about money. Didn't care about cars. Didn't care about jewelry. Didn't care about credit. And all the shit that I care about, he didn't give a fuck, bro. You know, all he cared about was that next song. That's how dedicated he was, you know. He was like a savant, you know what I mean? Like, for whatever reason, he'd write a song, 3 verses, 16s, all 20s, really long verses, really, really long. He'd be like, you know, I don't like this. Rewrite the entire song within 24 hours. 3 whole new 16s or 20s. I've seen him in battles. I've never seen him lose a battle. You know, the first time I met him, sitting on the couch, just high as hell, you know, all rapping, I was like, oh shit, this dude's way better than me. You know what I mean? Like, at that time. That's how I felt at that time, you know. And he just never stopped searching, you know, for how to make that next best song, that next best album, you know. I wonder sometimes, you know, like, you know, he passed just after the pandemic was just after the we were all wanting him to have that moment, you know, after the pandemic, when he had, you know, he struggled with a lot of demons, you know what I mean? And he had finally turned the corner on a lot of that stuff. And we were all really hopeful when finally the pandemic lifted, and we were very, we wanted to see him have his moment in the sun, man, you know what I mean? Where he was finally getting healthier, and it just didn't happen, man. You know, it just didn't happen, bro. So, but he will always be the bar for me, you know, in terms of just the level of excellence, you know, and artistry.
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, thank you for sharing that. That's why I want to have someone at some point, again, going back to this platform, that's what it's for, right? Like,
Yeah.
I haven't had the opportunity to talk to someone until now that had that type of relationship with him, but I want to make sure that, you know, all of our legends are remembered in this way.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
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 Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.